Hello everyone. I thought I would come on here and do a little fountain pen watercoloring. I'm using the Modern Watercolor Botanicals by Sarah Simon, who is the Mint Gardener. If you don't follow her and you love watercoloring, I would highly recommend that you follow her. Actually, I'll preface that with, if you love floral botanicals, watercolors, give Sarah Simon a follow. She's the Mint Gardener on social. And her stuff is just amazing. I think it's so beautiful. Her artwork is so beautiful and her drawings and stuff. But I decided to, I'm trying to work through this workbook for learning how to watercolor. And you'll probably all laugh as you kind of see the progress of this watercolor. So not only am I not using watercolor, I'm also using fountain pen inks because I just love the shimmer and sheens of my fountain pen inks. And I do love when I've done more abstract type paintings with them. I just love the effects of them. You get to really see the characters of the inks themselves. But anyways, I've been working through this watercolor workbook for, I would say, over the last year, maybe year and a half, just kind of on whim when I feel like, pulling it out and kind of working through. And so just learning different brush strokes and different ways to layer and different saturations and that sort of thing. So it's been really, really great. I definitely think like anything else, I think some people have an intrinsic talent to different types of mediums within the artistic creative community, I guess you could say. But I also think that it's something that can be learned and that you can get better at. So I feel like, where I am today, if I keep at it, I definitely will improve. I don't know that I would be like a professional watercolor artist by any means. But it's something. I think I just love watercolor because I find it so relaxing. I just love watching the water move around and the colors move and dance around. I just really like it. It's very dreamy and ethereal. Oh my goodness, I can't even say that word, but it's fine. We'll just move past it. So I don't have, because I was using watercolor paper and I don't remember what quality it is. I think it's the Canson brand that you can get from Michael's. It's got like a blue cover on it. It's fairly thick, I would say, and bright white enough, I guess. I'm not going to pretend like I know anything about the stuff, but I could read verbatim, I guess, off the product itself. Anyways, I've been doing this watercolor and I thought, I'm in lesson 10 now. I'm going to try my hand at a larger floral watercolor. Again, I don't have, because this watercolor paper is fairly thick and I don't have a light table, I couldn't trace the product or trace the image. And so I ended up just sort of freehanding it, which I think turned out okay for a loose kind of like line sketch before I lay color down. So I didn't really read through the whole tutorial because I think I'll probably redo this one anyways myself personally and actually use watercolors because I can control the saturation. I don't know if it's called saturation, but I can kind of control like the thickness or the thickness of the watercolor, if that makes sense. Like kind of whether you make it soupy or whether you make it, a lot lighter with more water, that sort of thing. Whereas with fountain color or fountain pen inks, I find that they dry fairly quickly, which is, I think, one of the characteristics of some fountain pen inks. Again, not a fountain pen ink pro by any means, but I did find that they dry quickly. And what happens, I guess, when you're painting with them is that as you try to layer colors or try to put in another color and kind of blend it, depending on the method, it doesn't blend very well. It just kind of sits on top of the other. And so you get some of these hard lines, which in some paintings might be beneficial or great for adding that sort of depth to it. But when I'm trying to make more of a loose kind of floral abstract painting, it didn't quite work out the way I wanted to. But overall, I think it still turned out fairly decent. For a first time large floral painting, again using watercolor or using fountain pen inks. Apologize for some of the terminology mix up here. But so I guess I find it laughable because I'm definitely not a pro. Like I said, that's the whole purpose of my channel, I guess, is really, I have it here because I want to try and do the things that I love, and I'm going to fail along the way, and I want to share with you that it's okay to fail along the way because that's how we learn and grow. And you either learn that, this is something that you hate, or something that you enjoy and you want to get better at, or you just learn that this is something that, you might find gives you a little bit of peace of mind, to just pull it out and work through it for a little bit and then put it away for another, rainy day in a blue moon. So that's kind of what I do. I really enjoy watercolor, so I like to try my hand, at least learn some of the basics or some of the techniques. And then I think it's really just practice. And so I definitely don't have enough time to spend to really, hone in on this craft and stuff. But I think with every painting, I definitely have gotten better and better. I will actually share a photo, I'll drop it in here, of the first watercolor flower that I tried to do. I think I tried to do a cone flower. And I, in my head, I was like, how hard can it be? Really, I got this and stuff. Like, I feel like I'm fairly creative by nature, definitely not a painter. And so when I painted it, it literally made me laugh so hard because it is a lot harder. There's a lot actually that goes into watercolor, I find, outside of the medium itself. There are a lot of watercolor artists that just blow my mind, especially the ones that do realism paintings and stuff. I mean, even the ones that do abstract, it's just sometimes you can't control where the water flows and kind of how things blend. I mean, yes, there's to some degree there is a control, but and that's one of the beauties of watercolor. But anyways, it blows my mind actually across a lot of mediums as to what people are able to create with it. But yeah, I actually really love watercolor, so I just want to hone and get it good enough that I can like create some floral watercolors that I love that I'll frame around the house and stuff. But anyways, with any regard, I hope you enjoyed this painting. I hope you had a little laugh along the way with me and to see how blotchy kind of turned out. I still kind of don't mind it in terms of like, a painting itself, but overall I'm happy. I tried something, it sort of worked, sort of didn't, and that's how we learn and grow. Have a great day. Thank you so much for watching and listening.